Hey guys, this is Subhashish Mishra, your test coach. Today we will learn about web element commands. In our previous video, we have learnt about browser specific commands and browser navigation commands. If you have not watched it, I will recommend you to watch it first. I will provide the video link in the description. Also, all these videos are part of our playlist, so you can access it very easily. So, let's start. Before we learn about web element commands, let's understand what is a web element. Anything that is present on the web page is a web element. For example, text box, button, link, checkbox, radio button, drop down, all these are one web elements. If I will show you here in our automationpractice.com website, here you can see one search box or text box. So, this is one web element, this is one web element. Here you can click, this is one button, sign in button. So, this is also one web element. So, whatever you are seeing, all these things are one web element, right. If I go here, then we will see all these fields, right. All these all are one web elements. Sign in, this is also one web element. This link, if we click, it will move to a different page. So, this is also one web element. So, all these are one web elements, okay. And this web element represent an HTML element. I have showed you previously, right. If you will see here, all these are HTML tags, right. So, what we are telling here, web element represents an HTML element, and all these HTML elements are written within a start tag and within an end tag. So, if I will show you here, it will look like something. It will start with a start tag and it will end with a end tag, okay, and in between there will be some content, okay. So, the HTML element is everything from the start tag to the end tag. So, here if you will see, it is starting with h1 and ending with h1, and in between what we are telling, it is our heading, okay. If we will give something P and end with P, it will be something paragraph, okay. Again, HTML elements can be nested. What it means is elements can contain some other elements also, right. So, all HTML document consist of nested HTML elements. So, what we understand from here, all these web element always represents an HTML element, okay. We have a detailed video on HTML basics which you must understand for learning Selenium WebDriver. I will give that video link in the description, please go through that, okay. So, now you understand what is a web element. So, now let us understand how we will perform different actions on that web element, okay. So, we will also see what are the commands or how those actions can be performed through Selenium WebDriver, okay. So, if I go to our automationpractice.com website, okay, let me close this, okay. So, here you see one search box, right. So, what we are going to do here, you are going to enter some text. For example, I am searching for TSAT, right. So, you are manually searching, you are just typing and you are doing it here, right. But how your code, how your automation code will do that, right. So, that is important, that is what we are going to learn, okay. Similarly, you are seeing one sign in button or contact us button, right. You are just clicking here, but how your automation code will do that, we need to understand that, okay. So, we have some methods available to do all these click or how you want to enter some text. So, we have some methods in Selenium WebDriver which will do it, right. So, we have different methods available in Selenium WebDriver to perform different actions, okay. And all these interesting operations to do with interacting with a web page will be performed through web element interface. So let me show you that. Okay, so let me create a new class and I will name it as element specific commands. Okay, let me copy the basic things from our previous classes. I hope you understand all these concepts. If you don't understand, please visit our previous videos. So here what I am doing, I am just creating one object, that is driver, and naming it as driver, and then we are maximizing the window and we are navigating to automationpractice.com. Okay, then what we will try to do here, we'll try to click here in this sign in button, right? So to do that, what we will do, we'll write driver dot find element by dot xpath. Okay, and here we'll give the xpath. So to find the xpath, just inspect, and here we are saying class equal to login. So I hope you understand how to write xpath. If not, please refer to our previous videos. Okay, see, we are seeing 1 of 1. So we'll take it as our xpath. Okay, then finally what we are doing dot. Okay, we are seeing some issue. What is that? Import by. Okay, then what we'll do dot. Okay, so when you are clicking on this dot, right, you are seeing some methods like clear, click, okay, and find elements. Then you are seeing get location, get size, get tag name, get text. So all these methods belongs to this web element. Okay, so just see it very clearly. You are seeing it is part of web element, and few more methods are part of object classes. So methods followed by object keyword are the generic methods, and it gets from the object class in Java. You will find these methods for every object of Java language. Okay, so if you notice here, the methods like clear, click, find element, so these methods either return something or return void. Void means we know it will not return anything, right? So in the same time, in this find element method, it returns one web element. Okay, what it means? Okay, it means it will return a web element. What web element means? Web element means can be a text box, can be a button, can be a link. It means, let me remove this, and what we are telling, this particular thing, right, it will return some web element. What will be that web element? That web element will be this sign in button. So you can write in this way also, web element sign in button is equal to driver dot find element by dot xpath, and you are giving the particular locator details, right? So it will return you an web element. Sign in button is a web element. Then what you can do, sign in button dot, what we want to do here, you want to do a click, right? So you just write dot click. Okay, so it will perform a click on that particular button. Okay, this will perform a click on this particular button. So things to notice here, whenever you want to get a web element object, you always need to write web element, then that particular name you can give, and then you can write driver dot find element and particular how you want to find it, whatever the locator technique you are using, you can write it. Okay, also if you will see in previously we have written like this, right? So that is also possible. If I'll write something like this, dot click, directly also you can write, no issue. Both the things do the same. Okay, just for your understanding I'm telling you, you can write like this also, or you can Write like this. First we are writing web element, then that web element is nothing but in our sign in button, then sign in button dot click. For now, let me comment it out. We are using this. One more thing, if you'll notice, right, for the sign in button, let me show you again. Sign in button dot, you are seeing lot of other methods, right? Clear, click, or get CSS value, get location and all, right? But here what you need, you just need a sign in button. So don't get confused, like don't put some other methods. It will, for you it will show you, right? It will show all the methods. So it's like web element can be of any type, like it can be a text, link, radio button, drop down, web table, or any HTML element. But all the actions will always populate against any element, irrespective of whether the action is valid on that web element or not. So here, though you need click command, it is showing you all other command methods also. So you need to analyze and you need to find out what is the correct method you need to use that method only. Okay, so here we need click, that's why we are using click. Okay, so let me tell you some more things about click, right? So click command is used to click on a link, button, checkbox, or radio button. So click method simulates the clicking of any element, accepts nothing as a parameter, and returns nothing. If we'll go inside this click method, here we can see the click method and it is part of web element, right? So here you see it throws stale element reference exception if the element no longer exists as initially defined. Okay, so click method will click on particular button or whatever web element wherever you want to do a click operation. Okay, so that's how click method works. Okay, now we will go to the next one, that is clear. Okay, so how we can use clear method? So clear method is used to clear the text entered or displayed in the text fields. Okay, so for example, if we will go here and click on the sign in button, so here you see one text field, right? Here you want to enter some text. So for example, I enter something like this and I want to clear it through our code. How I'll do it? I will use the clear method. Clear method will clear the text entered or displayed. It will just clear for you, right? And if the web element is a text entry element, this will clear the value. It has no effect on other elements. Text entry elements are input and text area elements. Okay, so if I will show you here, first let me find the XPath of this one. So we use ID. So input @ ID equal to email. Okay, now what we'll do, similarly we'll write web element, this is email address, right? Email address text box is equal to driver dot find element by dot XPath, and in the XPath place we'll write this, right? So and then what we'll do, email address dot clear. Okay, so it will clear that particular field, but now nothing is there, right? What it will clear? First we will try to input something, right? So to input manually, you just type in your keyboard and you write something, right? But how you will do it through code, right? So to do that, you need to use another method that is known as send keys method, right? So what is the send keys method? So send keys method is used for sending one or more keystrokes to the active window. It simulates typing into an element which may be set its value. And this send key method accepts character sequence as a parameter and returns nothing. So if I'll show you here, let me write it, email address text box dot send keys. See here it is taking character sequence keys to send. So what do we want to send in this? We'll write the email ID. Okay, so we want to send this, then we will clear it. Okay, so let me show you. And before to that, if you want to see the send keys method, here you can see, use this method to simulate typing into an element. Okay, and if you want to see this clear, here is the method. Here you can see clear. If this element is a text entry element, this will clear the value of that element. Okay, so that's what send keys do and clear do. Right now what we'll do, we'll just try to see it how it looks. Right, let me do one thing, let me add some thread.sleep, so it will be slow and you will be able to notice it what we are trying to do here. First we will, okay, then we'll click on sign in button, then we'll wait some time, then we'll enter some text, then we will clear it. I'll just put 4. Then what we'll do, we'll driver dot close. Okay, let me execute it. Let's see what is happening. So our browser is opened, launched, and automationpractice.com is opened. It is taking some time to load. Yeah, now sign in button should be clicked. We have used click method, right? So let's see. Now sign in button is clicked and we are here in email address text box. What happened? Nothing is happening. See, it is telling unable to find this XPath. So there is a problem in this XPath. It is not finding. So we'll see why it is not finding this. Okay. Group element, this driver dot find element by dot XPath input @id equal to. Okay, we have not given this, right? That is the problem. Let me execute it. Again, I'm executing it. Automationpractice.com website is opening. Sign in button should be clicked. Now email address, it should enter some text in email address text box. Yes, enter is entered. Now it should clear also. See, it got cleared. So, and now it should close our browser. Yes, now you have observed how this click method worked and how our send keys worked and how our clear method worked. So these are the element specific commands. Okay, all the actions, whatever action like click we are doing, we did through click method. Send keys, whatever we type through our keyboard, we did through send keys. Similarly, if we want to clear, we used clear method. Similarly, we'll see some more methods. Okay, now we will learn about the submit method. So submit method works as a click method if current element is a form or an element within a form. What it means? Okay, so here if I'll go to the sign in button, right, if I'll inspect, so here you see, right, button type equal to submit. Okay, and this is what we are telling, it should be type should be submit and it should be within a button tag. Okay, HTML should start with a button. Okay, So submit method is used to click button on in a web page. Okay, so Selenium WebDriver has a submit method to submit any form. We can also use click method to click on any button. There is no restriction for click button. So before we use submit button, we need to use the password also. We need to find the password and we need to give the password. So to do that, what I will do, I'll just write another web element. I'll find that and let me write it here. So this will be password. Okay, and here also it will be password. So web element password text box, or you can just tell it password also should be fine. Password driver dot find element by dot input. This will be, well, let me see what is this password. Inspect, it is id equal to ESSWD. Okay, and here I can write password dot send keys, whatever the password we can give here, 2 3 4 5 6 7, something like that, whatever the password you pass the password here. Okay, then we'll remove this email address clear function, because if it will clear, we will not able to click next. And similarly, now we will use the submit button. So for the submit button, what we'll do, we will use, first we need to identify, right? So web element submit button is equal to, let's identify this, inspect. So here we are saying type equal to submit, so I will use this button we will take this and we will put it here. Okay, and what we will do, we will use submit button dot, one submit function will be there. See here, there is a submit function, use that submit function. Okay, so it will click, and if we'll go inside this submit function, what it says, if this current element is a form or an element within a form, then this will be submitted to the remote server. If this causes the current page to change, then this method will block until the new page is loaded. Okay, if the given element is not within a form, then it will return no such element exception. So that's how submit works. Okay, so submit method will click on the sign in button. So let's execute and see it run as Java application. So our Chrome browser is launched, maximized. Automationpractice.com website should be launched now. Now it should click on the sign in button. Clicked on the sign in button, email address should be entered, password also entered. Now it should click on the sign in button. Okay, it clicked on the sign in button. Fine, so sign in button worked and submit method worked. Similarly, we have few other methods like is displayed, is enabled, is selected. So let's see what all these methods do, right? So each displayed method is the method used to specify a presence of a web element within a web page. So the method returns true if the specified web element is present on the web page, and returns false if the web element is not present on the web page. Similarly, is enabled, right? Is enabled method will determine if the element currently is enabled or not, right? So this accepts nothing as a parameter but returns boolean value like true or false. Okay, and if you'll see is selected, so the name, from the name you can understand, right, if something is selected or not. So it tells whether the element is selected or not. This accepts nothing as a parameter but returns boolean value like true or false. Okay, so let's see all these things how we can use this in our program. Okay, so let's see how each displayed method works. Okay, so to do that, first we'll see, this is the sign in button, right? So before you click on the sign in button, for example, you need to validate if it is displayed here or not. So we can use each displayed method. So here we have already the submit button, right? We have a web element submit button. So before you click, what you do is you just write something like this, right? So submit button dot is displayed. Okay, similarly you can do submit button dot is enabled, if this button is enabled or not, right? You can do submit button is selected or not, but mainly this selected method you can use in a radio button kind of things, when for example you are selecting someone is male or female, okay, gender of someone. So in that time either it will be male or either it will be female, you cannot select both, right? So in that time you can use is selected. Okay, so let's see how this is displayed and is enabled is working. So I just want to show you what is this value also, like what it is returning. So to do that, what we'll do, we'll just write boolean is display is equal to, then what we'll do, we'll print this, print the value. Okay, similarly I'll write for is enabled, and here we write boolean is enabled. Okay, and then finally we'll do a submit. Okay, before we'll execute and we'll see, but before to that I just want to some more show you some more things also, and in one execution we'll see all the things. We'll see one more method, that is get text. Okay, so again we'll go here, and for example you want to find text of this already registered, you want to verify if it is showing properly or not. In that time you can use get text method. So get text method is used to retrieve the inner text of the specified web element. So in this web element, what is the text? Okay, you don't have to pass any parameter, and it will return a string value. So let's see how we can do it. So first we'll find the XPath for this. Okay, so we'll give the class name h3 at the rate, like this. So what we will do, we'll try to do it before submit button. So here I'll write it web element text equal to driver dot find element by dot XPath, and we'll write the XPath here, right? And what we want to do, this text dot get text, right? And we will print that text is, we will use this thing, or you can do something like this also, string s is equal to, because it is a string, and you can just print that. Okay, so three things we are using here. We are using one get text method. Okay, we are using is displayed, we are using is enabled. So let's execute and see how these methods are working. So our execution is completed, and now we can see, we see the text is create an account. Okay, see why we got create an account, because see, if you will see, right, we have two things, one of two, it was matching two things. Our XPath was wrong, it took this one. Okay, if I will use index and we will use the correct XPath, it will find, we need to give something like this 2. See, now it is identifying this. Okay, my XPath was wrong. So what I can do, I will give the correct XPath here, right. So now if I will execute, it will give us this one already registered. Let me execute it. So now you can see text is already registered because we gave the correct XPath and it came, text is already registered. And if you will see, this is displayed is true and is enabled is true. Okay, so we are able to use all these methods. So now you understand how this is displayed is working, how this is enabled is working. So is displayed is mainly used to verify the presence of a web element. Okay, and is enabled is used to verify the current web element is enabled or not. Okay, so all these things you can use for your verification purpose. And this get text, again get text is very very important. You need to fetch what is the text there, so always you can use get text. Okay, and similarly some more methods I can show you here. So for example, text dot, you want to find get tag name. Okay, this is one method, right. What this method will do, so this method gets the tag name of the element. Okay, what are the tag name used in that case, right. For here if you will see, for this one we are trying to do, right. So tag name is class, so you can find the class tag name, what is the value for this, right. You can find it using this get tag name. Okay, so this method will get you the tag name of the element. So you don't have to pass anything as a parameter, and it will return a string value. Okay, then we have command like text dot get attribute. Okay, so here it will take a parameter as name, like attribute name. So this method gets the value of the given attribute of the element. This accepts the string as a parameter and returns a string value. So for example, here you can give the parameter, right. For example, class name you want to give here, right. So you can pass that as, for example, like this, class. Okay, so it will return you, you can write something like this, string attribute name is equal to text dot get attribute. Okay, you can do this. One more method you can use, text dot get size. Okay, so this method fetches the width and height of the rendered element. This accepts nothing as a parameter but returns the dimension object. Okay, similarly you can use get location also. If I write text dot get location, okay, so this method locates the location of the element on the page. This accepts nothing as a parameter but returns the point object. Okay, so what is this point object means, like from which we can get x and y coordinates of specific element. Okay, so that's all about element specific commands. You can use all these commands or methods while performing different actions. Okay, thank you. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. I'll try to explain it. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel.